G'day folks, and welcome back to the channel for part number 16 of my piercing Blademaster playthrough with Stabitha. So last episode we got up to the Vanguard of the Three, that's where I am now, and I'm just going to run around and grab all of the quests, and well, all one of the quests at the moment. I think there should be another one, yeah, here we go. We'll grab all these and then we will be on our way. I do also have an attribute point here. I can't remember if I was saving this for anything, but cunning is a little bit lower than physique, so I'm just going to chuck it in there. And if need be, I can redo these or put some attributes on my gear somewhere. That's kind of fine. Let's make sure I spent all my devotion points. I did indeed. And let's just jump into the edge of reality here. What have they got? They are 8% tougher. Okay, I literally don't care. We'll put the Blade Spirits out just to make sure I summon them at least one time this episode. And we will be on our way. So I'm in here looking for the Mind Reaper. It has been quite a while since I've done the Druid quest, but I'm pretty sure it's kind of northwest-ish. So we'll just sort of mosey on over that way-ish. And I guess we can kill a few of the Rift Claws. Doers. Like I said, keep heading northwest and hope it wasn't actually northeast. We'll see. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. There's usually only one way to go, and you'll get there eventually. Ooh, gargoyles. I like gargoyles. They sometimes drop Nightblade belts. Not today, of course, but, you know, sometimes. Okay, getting darker is good. And I think we can beat a few of these guys down. I did also want to talk about the Infiltrator a little bit at this point. I've decided to shelf that playthrough just because it's effectively the exact same character. There are a few minor differences, but the majority of it is just the same character again, and I don't feel like it's different enough as a piercing character to warrant its own playthrough, so I will probably do something with that, but it is being shelved for now, and we're going to start a new series, or a new something. I'm not exactly sure what yet. Okay, so that was the Mind Reaper. Where's the exit? It's around here somewhere. It's going to be south, isn't it? That's fine. Yeah, playing the Infiltrator, I actually recorded another episode of it, and it just felt like playing the exact same character, but with an extra button and no cadence. So it just doesn't seem like it's different enough to be kind of worth it. Right, I am ready to lead the assault. Give me the Sigil of the Three. Let's change this so I don't end up having extra gear there. And I'm looking for resistances mostly. My goal through pretty much the whole of the leveling section is to use the monster infrequent items for the skills that I'm using, and then have as much armor as I can get while also keeping my resistances as high as I can. Okay, let's run up the road here. Now, generally speaking, I don't fight Korvaak on normal. It's a risky-ish fight, and there's basically no benefit to it. So I'm probably not going to fight him again here, but we will get up to the city at least. The other kind of dangerous thing about Korvaak is that he is behind Father Kaiman, and Father Kaiman is very, very, very rippy. You definitely can kill him, and I'm actually pretty confident that this build could do it. I just kind of don't see a reason to take the risk, I guess. So I'll probably get most of the way there, collect any of the devotion shrines along the way, and then we'll jump into Ultimate. Assuming resistances are capped-ish in Ultimate, because I don't actually want to go into Ultimate with bad resist. Though having said that, going into Ultimate with bad resist is not the end of the world, mostly because, okay, yeah, you're in Ultimate and your resistances aren't capped, but you start in Act 1 and they are still just basically dumb, slow zombies. So the risk is actually not as bad as it seems. Going into Act 2 with less than capped resistances is suicide. Alright, so I've already grabbed the Exalted Stash in this area. Mine was, where is it? Kind of here-ish. But if yours isn't there, if you're playing along, then yours is going to be just around the corner here. It should be more or less right here. I might be off by a little bit, but it's there. Alright, let's kill a few of these guys. Now, I don't think I actually need to go into the, what is this place called? The Ruins of Abid, I think it is. That's where I am, the temple. I don't think I actually have to go in there for the Drig quest. But it might be worth doing it anyway. Right, what were we actually up to? Let me bring up the plan here. We've got Eel. Okay, Ulzard. So, Chaos Resistance. That's right. I was super excited about 10% Chaos Resistance, which is actually kind of sad. I am sort of toying with the idea as well of losing maybe the Runestone, maybe one of the weapon components, and just getting a little more Chaos Res. Whether or not I actually do that, I don't know. I probably won't, let's be real. Okay, Halganux, down he goes. Corvin Spaulders are something that I am interested in, although not really super excited about the actual monster infrequent. Got some nice resistances on there, and some skill points that I'm actually using. Elemental to Fizz conversion, don't really care to be honest. So these could be good to use. I also had these ones here, which are less resistances overall, I think, but 3 different types. Again, elemental to vitality, it's whatever, don't care. This one doesn't have any skill points, whereas Zolhan's technique and Ring of Steel is definitely a little bit better. So maybe the Fate Weaver's Mantle, honestly, is there for that elemental resistance. I mean, good armor and chance to avoid projectiles as well is pretty good. I don't think I need to go in there. What do I... Okay, so... Yeah, no, I definitely don't need to go in there. So I'm just not going to. Definitely can go in there. Hang on a sec, is there a devotion shrine in there? No, there isn't. Yeah, I'm just going to skip it. If there was a devotion shrine, absolutely. If I actually needed to go in there for the quest, then yes. But there's not, and I don't, so we're going to skip that. We would come out here if I did go and do it. If you're doing not Drig, so if you're doing Soleil or Bismail, you do actually have to go in there as part of their quest. But we did the Mind Reaper instead. Actually, does Soleil need to go in there? Because you go into the little Chaos Plane at the top of the staircase. Maybe Soleil you don't need to either. Bismail you definitely do, though. Okay, we can just kind of push up through here relatively quickly. There's nothing in the area that I need to kill specifically. There is a totem there, I guess, which could be good loot. Also, all through this area, there's little hidden loot off to the side. There's a treasure trove here somewhere. I'll just have a quick swing through here. I know I said I can get through here quickly. I didn't say I had to, though, so that's my excuse. Alright, let's run this guy down. There is my Frost Shard Crown. There is my treasure trove, so we can go ahead and pop that open. Okay, Ogden Blooms, always good. And there's some hidden loot down here as well, just sort of hanging off the side of the map. A couple extra rares. Alright, I have to go back for the totem. It's Forsaken? It's ancient. Okay, definitely have to go back for that. Okay, let's see if we can't lure those last couple of guys down here a bit. I probably want to clear the area. Ordinarily, I wouldn't care, because, I mean, it's still veteran. But it is an ancient totem, so we'll go ahead and clear the area. Okay. turn the loot off, and let's pop it. Gargoyles are good. Hudsar here. Drop me a nice belt, please. I do see a belt. He dropped a belt. Alright, we've got at least one legendary. I think I heard two. What do we got? Devil Tongue. Well, there's no belt. The Lightbringer's Assault Waistguard of Mending. I mean, all things considered, it's not horrible, but no. Enchanter's Insignia. The max fire resist is nice, other than that, no. The Scion of Burning Vengeance. Sounds like an STD. Fire Pistol, no. Devil Tongue, another Fire Pistol. Where was this in my Purifier playthrough? It's actually pretty good pistols here. And then the other one, just here, Devil Tongue. Oh well, we are not changing to be a Fire Pistol build. So I guess I'll sell them? Unfortunate. Alright, Grimoire could be just up here, which would be fun. Also, if your treasure trove wasn't here-ish, it could also be up here in the against the wall in that little town area thing. And it could also be over here. Now, if you... There's Grimoire, very nice. If you want to come in here, just be aware this area can be extremely rippy. So don't get yourself pinned inside one of these little cave things, because it's very easy to get sort of surrounded and pounded in here. But your treasure trove may be right here against this back wall. I've obviously already got mine, so I'm going to go kill Grimoire instead. The big bad cold doggy. We can take care of him. Down he goes. Alright. Awesome. Get out of the goop. Eat the blueprint. And that's it. Let's be on our way. Alright, up here to this rift gate. There's some more, I think these are Kaiman's idiots over here that you can talk to. If you've done the Kaiman's Chosen slash, it's mostly the Kaiman's Chosen quest line where you get extra stuff here, but the Death's Vigil, if you've done that as well, they will treat you differently, have different quest lines and such. Or different, there's no quest line, different, what are we calling it? Where they talk? Not voice lines, but, you know, different text. It's not super exciting, let's be real. But if you're into the lore of the game, it's pretty good. Alright, I see lightning. Strom scale. Why do I feel like that was more of a typo than a deliberate decision? Probably was a deliberate decision, let's be real. Alright, everybody's dead. Let's push on. Reputation with the Coven, because, you know, another plane of reality, but they know all about it. Okay, coming up on a couple of quests here. I do have the Destroy the Messenger. Hang on a sec. Oh no, it's Preemptive Strike, that's the one. Yeah. Probably see the quest icon here, and there it is. Here in a second, I was gonna say. Poisoned of Celerity on that Eldritch Halberd. I should pick that up. How am I doing for bits? Almost 1 million. Alright, we'll keep picking things up for now. Alright, so the idea here is you come in here and you kill these things. The pillars, that is. Get 3 of them and a boss will appear in the middle. I'm going to clear the area a bit before he comes in. He is poison based. I do have max poison resist, but it's just generally good practice to clear the area if you can before a boss fight. And, you know, he's a mini boss. He's not really a boss, but we'll just pretend he is. Same as I cleared the area before the totem. Definitely don't have to, for sure, but you definitely should. Alright. So, Poison Scorpion Dude, he's in the middle over here, and let's go stab him in the face. Okay, Sundered. I probably should have dodged that. I definitely should have dodged that. Get out of the goop. I'm just going to use a potion. Probably didn't need to. I do have Pneumatic Burst available there. Okay, we picked up a level. Let's go ahead and do... Actually, what is that one? Elemental Resist. Okay, new plan. We're going to take 1 point in that. 10% Elires does mean that I now have 26% overcap on these. This will be useful in Ultimate, but it also means that if I wanted to, I could swap out my shoulders. I could swap them out for probably these ones. Get a whole bunch of Aether resistance, which would allow me to swap the Aether Souls for Black Tallow. Would also get me a little bit of Chaos there. Or I could do, one Black Tallow to cap my Chaos, and then also a Wardstone to make sure that this was capped in Ultimate. I think I may end up doing that, but for right now... Oof. Okay, we're going to go change some gear. I definitely want those pants. The increase in armor alone is worth it. Let's vendor a whole bunch of stuff before I do that. Weapons don't need pistols, helmets, that can all go. Okay, and all of this stuff also can go. I am waiting on level 60 as well, because I do have the blueprint for the Blademaster's Talisman, or whatever the level 60 version is. But the level 35 version, this Blade Dancer's Talisman, is an ingredient to craft it, so I'm going to wait until I can put it on. Alright, pants, go. Shoulders, go. Alright, I can cap these with that Silk Swatch. I have to use the Scaled Hide on the pants, and I am way over cap on Aether now. This is really good. It means I can swap out these two components for probably a Black Tallow. And do I want to go with the Wardstone? I think I do want to go with the Wardstone, actually. So let's go ahead and get our components back, and then we'll go do a little bit of crafting. So bingo, bango, and bongo. And let's keep the item here. Keep the item here. Okay, Aether's still well and truly over the ultimate cap. And we can put on a Wardstone for some elemental. We'll get some bleeding out of it as well, but for the elemental for sure. And I am tempted by the Sanctified Bone on the helmet, but I think I'll go with Wardstone and Black Tallow here first. Assuming I can craft a Black Tallow, we need 4 Rift Stones here. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then a Black Tallow. There we go, beautiful. Let's chuck that on there. And then just a Wardstone. I probably got one of those in my stash. Also, apparently I only needed 3 Rift Stones, so my bad. And let's go ahead and chuck these in here. Alright, got this point there to spend as well. Did I already have... So I didn't have the Rift Stone. I didn't have the Wardstone. Okay, good. Good, good. Alright, let's get back to it. So, resistances are a little more under control. Still could use a little more vitality. But we got some armor upgrade here. Got a slight armor downgrade over here, but for those resistances, it's probably worth it. 2 to Ring of Steel, more damage. 3 to Zolhan's, more damage. What is my weapon pull skill chance? 22. We got 44. What's that? 56, 60, 76, 96. And then we've also got the Blade Dancer's Talisman, 96 plus 18 is 114%. So we're a little over, definitely a little over, but that's kind of okay. I could definitely juggle some skill points to sort of min-max it, but I don't know that it's worth going into that level of min-maxing while leveling. Also, do I have more than 1 point in any of these? 1 point, 1 point. 1, 1, 1. Okay, no, I don't. So I can't take points out of those anyway. Okay, so I do need to go actually back to the Vanguard of the Three, because the next quest in this chain is about to come up. Beast is dead, another victory for us.
Yes, traveler. What might I help you with?
I swear there's another quest. Sigil of the Three, Tomb of the Eldritch Sun. Okay, so that's fine. Destroy the messenger. Huh. See, because I remember there being a Dreig quest in this cave right here. So it's probably their honored quest then. I mean, I'm going to go in here because there's a devotion shrine. But there's also a... I would swear it was a Dreig quest in here. Oh well, don't have the quest, so we'll just grab the loot, hidden in the walls loot, and also the devotion shrine you can see at the top of the screen there. Bunch of heroes as well, that's nice. Alright, devotion shrine, here it is. Alright, you, Colossus, the Arcane, definitely need to go immediately. And then we can kill your buddies. Oh, actually have to kill them. Alright, grab the loot. And we've got another point to put into Olzard down here. So we can get the foot for some Aether Res and some more health. Or we can go towards the proc. That's a lot of damage. That's Aether resistance that I don't need. So, yeah, I think we all know where we're going here. All that fizz damage is going to get converted. The percentages do nothing, but 69 to 91 flat fizz to pierce damage is pretty good. Yeah, that is green. That is definitely a Dreig thing. Shard of Menhir. Okay, I don't have a shield, so that's not something I care about. Alright, let's get through here. Obviously, we've got the loot in the little hidey hole there. I don't normally grab this one, probably because I didn't actually know it was there. But I did just see it on the screen, so there's no reason not to go grab it. Algandia is down. Lovely, lovely. And we've got the Salvation Relic. Kind of whatever. Level 60 Relic. It's actually not very good for a level 60 Relic. At least not for this build. Every time I say that, you know, an item is not very good, I am talking about for the current build, because it's probably good for something.
I can't do that yet.
Either that or it's a blue item and it's literally useless. Alright, so we made it through here. Let's head up the top here and kill this Arcane fella and his buddy. Arcanes usually die a fair bit quicker than other heroes, but those two both kind of died at the same time. Which is interesting. I do, of course, want the totem over here. So let's go ahead and get that underway. Only the one hero. The whole totem, I get one hero. That is definitely a thing that happened. Alright, we've got Blight, +1 to Occultist. Not horrible, but not for us. And, you know, I'm not going to use this, but +1 to all soldier skills on your helmet is definitely an option. Although the Fetton Mask, I think at 75, is almost certainly going to be better. Alright, let's grab these and be on our way. Korvaak ain't gonna save you, love. You're dead. Okay, and we can go back to zooming here for a little bit. I don't need to kill any of this stuff. We'll grab the Rift Gate here. We'll grab the Law Note here. Rion the Scholar. And we can do a little more zooming. Now, there is some Law Notes hidden in vases and scrap piles and stuff over here as well. So we can actually go and grab those. It's right here. Yep, there it is. Generally speaking, though, we're just trying to get through this section. There are definitely enemies to kill here. Usually there's some heroes as well, but mostly on the other side of this gate. Also, sometimes I want to say a treasure trove up here, but I could be wrong about that one. Definitely wanted the law note though. Free XP is free XP. There's 3, there's 4, 5, 6 law notes. Not a bad little free pickup there. Okay, this section here often will have hero griffins. I'm a little bit disappointed that there was no heroes here, but it is what it is. Massacre and a couple of rare crafting materials. Okay, we do have to go up the volcano here because we have to kill the messenger. Everyone always says you shouldn't shoot the messenger. Well, I'm not going to shoot him, I'm going to stab him. So we're looking at a demon here, fire demon basically. He drops a gun, which is... I don't know why he drops a gun. He's a big demon with claws, he can't use a gun. But anyway, his monster infrequent is a gun. Okay, so Okoloth, here he is. So I'm watching for the wing flap. It's probably a Sunder. I'll be honest, I don't really remember what this guy does. I don't think it matters. We just get in his face and blow him up. Yeah, he's got a two-handed gun. Messenger's repeater. Physical 100% converted, so it's a piercing gun. Elemental to piercing conversion. Night's Chill, Phantasmal Blades, Word of Pain stuff. Yeah, that's it. Having said that, cold to piercing damage on Veil of Shadow, that is going to be all this cold damage there. I mean, I'm not using a gun. This is a stabby build. It's Stabbatha, not Shootatha. So we're just gonna walk away and not use that gun. But it does have some interesting ideas. I mean, Infiltrator, two-handed gun build could be good. I don't know, I've never played one. Alright, so I've already got the treasure trove, so I'm not going to check down there. But there is a spawn location kind of along this edge somewhere. Looks like I went the wrong way. I think it's actually right here, so... When I said I wasn't going to check, apparently I was lying. Right, and you guys are getting irritating, so... Welcome to death. Alright, this is usually where I stop. You can see the Devotion Shrine up there on the screen. Either after this Devotion Shrine or at the next Rift Gate. I think I am going to go to the Rift Gate. We do also have the boss here, Big Bad Eagle. It's a boss. Azaleon, the Griffin Sovereign. Probably shouldn't stand in that. It also probably doesn't hugely matter. Griffin Sovereign's buddies stepping in just in time to see him die. I did get an Ancient Heart out of that, so it was absolutely worth it. And there is this law note just here, which, I mean, I guess I didn't need to kill him to get the law note. I can just take that. Since I've activated them, I guess I'll have to kill them before I turn this shrine on. This shrine can be a little rippy, at least as far as devotion shrines go, because you're kind of stuck in this area, and this guy adds himself in, and all the enemies kind of flap their way down. It's almost always gargoyles here. There's my one gargoyle to prove that I'm not a liar. Not this time, anyway. Alright, Devotion Shrine collected. We have a new Devotion proc to play with. So let's just hide it up here in the corner while I have a look. So Alzad's Decree, 22-second recharge, 6-second duration. That is a bunch of flat physical damage, which we'll be converting. Bunch of armor, and probably chuck that on Warcry. What are you on? Ring of Steel, no, that should be on Cadence. Okay, and I'm actually going to put this on Ring of Steel. Where are we? Ring of Steel, there we go. Always have your main resistance shredding proc on your main attack. Not having this on your main attack is a mistake. So I wonder how long that's been like that for. It's definitely has to go on your main attack. Anyway, fixed it now, so oops. And to be fair, that is quite a big oops. Okay. What is the proc chance of that on this weapon? 68%. I didn't see it trigger. But maybe I just missed it. Alright. You have to die now. Pneumatic burst, field command. Yeah, I don't think I've seen it trigger yet. I'm gonna keep trying to trigger it. There it is. That little purple one there. Extra damage. So cadence up to 22,000. Back down. It's not a bad increase. I guess we'll kill Drazen. Take out these two statues. We got a fancy one. There we go. So, Dravis, sorry, not Drazen. We can pretty much just kill him, honestly. Wonder if he'll even get to summon his friends. Nope, he didn't even get to summon his friends. No Sunder Volcano. Apparently we do a little bit of damage, which is nice. Okay, bring down the barrier, please. Thank you for your sacrifice. I'm going to stand back a bit. There's an enemy directly behind that barrier, and I don't want to have to fight him as he comes smashing through the wall kind of straight away. There we go. Let's get him over here. He's going to die pretty quickly. Let's not get sundered. Down he goes. Alright, so Steward's Halberd. We're looking at a physical damage weapon. No, there's fire conversion, fighter fizz. So it's a two-handed fire's might weapon. I'm sure someone's made something with that, but it's not going to be me. Alright, let's duck in here, grab the rift gate. We'll go and talk to Dela, who shows up yet again in this expansion. And we can turn in her... Sorry about that, your whole family's dead, but, you know, Celestial Lotus, so, you know, that's good. Alright, so this is going to be the end of normal. This is pretty much where I stop. All that's left at this point is Father Kaiman, who is, I mean, honestly, would probably be fine, and Korvaak himself. So, actually, you know what, it's only half an hour in, let's just go do it. I do normally stop here. There is a devotion shrine also in here, which I could definitely use more devotion points. I know I said I didn't need the Aether resistance, but there's also some health on that node. So I guess we can go grab that. Maybe do a little bit of cleanup of normal. There is some devotion shrines outside of the skeleton key dungeons that I haven't picked up yet, so that could be something to do. Oops, I'm on the wrong floor in my head. That's fine. Free dynamite just up here, which I definitely want to get my hands on. There it is. Grab it through the wall. And I think that's it for this level in terms of things I actually need to do. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, next level. So we'll go down. I may as well kill Korvaak, honestly. I know I did say he's a little bit rippy. And he is, but it's kind of a bit early to be ending the episode. And I do normally skip him, that is definitely true. But I guess we can kill him. Brother Sigarius should be around here somewhere as well. Probably right around this corner. There he is. Alright, we'll take him out. Grab all of his loot. He always explodes in a vomit of color and items, I guess we'll call it. Alright. All the rest of this stuff, I don't care. I'm just here for the Devotion Shrine at this point, and that is towards the end of this level, so we can skip a lot of this stuff. Here we go. Alright, clear the area. One thing I definitely do love about this build is just being able to stand in a massive pile of just... There is so much going on that you can't really pay attention to anything in particular, and it's just fine. Maybe instead of the Blade or the Blademaster's talisman, maybe I'll make Juggernaut instead. And just, you know, really crank that up to 11. The whole stand in the middle of death and laugh at it sort of thing. Alright, grab all this out. We've got the Sanctuary Relic, which is not horrible, I think, if it's the one I'm thinking of. Terra, Sanctuary, this is not the one I was thinking of. Okay, never mind. Pretend I didn't say that. Alright, Devotion Point. So, Alzard is complete. Next on the list is... we need one more point. We're going to take Crossroads Purple. Then we remove Harpy and take Mantis instead. Mantis is this one over here. Then we remove the purple point and we take Azrakar. But that's going to be a little ways down the road. Alright. So Father Kaiman. Lots of physical damage, a decent bit of fire damage, and honestly, I wouldn't recommend fighting him on hardcore. You gain nothing from killing him, and he is definitely rippy. So let's go do it. This is actually really tempting as well. +2 to Shadow Dance is really good. The 7% chance to avoid melee attacks, really good. Extra damage, really good. I don't think I need... the loss of the armor, though. Yeah, I think I'll just leave my gear for now. Yep, I think that's fine. Okay, so Father Kaiman, he wants to have a chat first. Yeah, let's just kill him. So he's kind of halfway dead before he finishes animating. Definitely don't stand in whatever he throws at you. He does have meteors and such. Just make sure you're not standing in the whatever it is when it lands. So Kaiman's Sanctified Blade here. Eye of Reckoning weapon. Pretty good on an Archon for a lightning version. But you know, then you get your Archon killed and that's it. I mean, not me, I would do that. How am I doing for inventory space? Yeah, I definitely need to go and vendor a whole bunch of stuff. So, coming up on the last boss of the game, he does pretty much every type of damage. I think Chaos and Vitality are the two that he doesn't do, something like that. But I think I'll be fine. I might neck a Vitality potion just before I fight him, just to kind of double make sure. That'll do. There's no bank here either. So I guess we're going to the Conclave of the three. So I can bank all the components here, all the rare components. You can have those as well. Quest item, another quest item, scrap. Okay, cool. And I do have a Vitality potion. I'm just going to make sure all my resistances are capped before I go into Korvaak. I'm not expecting it to be difficult. Honestly, I'm expecting to stand in his face and just blow him up. But you never know. Alright, into the last area in the game. Now, if you wanted to get yourself a +1 to Nightblade belt, this is the area to farm them in. Having said that, it's not... like, there's not a lot of things in here that will drop them. You need the gargoyles, and you'll probably get 1, maybe 2 or 3 gargoyles for every run through here. So if you are going to farm one, and I'm not, But if you want to, then this is where you would do it. This little platform over here, I think, has some, and there's usually some on, I think, this platform here. No, it's not this one. Might be the next one. There's one over on the right-hand side anyway. Yeah, here it is, around this. Yep. Here we go. So I got one hero. Blade Dancer's Handguards. Empowered Blade Dancer's Handguards. How very fancy. Alright, is that just the same gloves? It's not. Okay. So I have to get hit to use this proc, which means it's not very good. Granted, 85% of both of your weapons is pretty good, but defensive ability means 17.5% of all melee attacks miss. Pneumatic Burst means there's another 22, so we're already sort of in the realm of 55-ish% of attacks will actually hit me. Then we got 2% here, 2% here. I'm pretty sure. Hang on, avoid. There's some more. There's another 2%. So chances are about half of all attacks are going to miss. So that proc is actually not as good as it seems like it might be. Just because we have to actually get hit for it to do anything. I think you can get some, gargoyles here as well. Just a little bit early on that. Gargoyle Girdle. That might be the Oathbreaker one, but it could be the Nightblade one. That is the Oathkeeper, sorry, not Oathbreaker. Pierce to fire conversion. I can't wear this. Even if it had perfect affixes. No. Alright. Here's Korvaak's house. Ooh, got a few more gargoyles here. The yellow names have an okay, like small to okay chance to drop the belts. There we go. That is a Nightblade belt. So we've got Blue Crystal is good. Vitality to Cold is whatever. Cold, Vitality, Chaos Damage, don't care. So this is offensive ability, Vitality Resistance, Aether Resistance, and +1 to Nightblade. This is better. So I'm just not going to use it. Alright, another thing I could do, and probably should do, is I should go and make Juggernaut, even if it's just for this boss battle. In fact, I might go see if I can get the blueprint for it. So you may have already got the Juggernaut blueprint. You may not have. I don't think I have it. I'll check here with Kaylin. J-U-G-G. No, I don't have it. You can buy it from this man right here, Hiram. So Haunt, Death Chill, Rampage. Any of these you don't have, 30,000. I've got 1.5 million. It's worth buying. He doesn't have it this time. I'm going to reset him a few times, and if I can't get the relic, let's say my potion gets halfway through, I'm going to just give up and go kill Korvaak. But Juggernaut is a really nice relic. This, I believe, this is giving me actually just 4% chance to trigger weapon pull skills. So this is actually not good. This is not a good use of my relic slot. But it's not bad by any means. Okay, so Hiram should have reset by now. What do we got? Conflagration I don't own. Geel I already know. Savagery I already know. And I'll grab the Aether stuff, or the Aether crystals as well. I'm going to reset him, I'm going to say 2 more times maximum. And then I'm just going to go kill Korvaak. Definitely feel like I'm over-preparing a little bit for this. By the same token, though, it's definitely kind of worth doing, I guess I'm going to say. Better to be over-prepared and think that the bosses are a little bit too easy than to be under-prepared and, oops, I'm dead now. So, second last reset. Alright, what do we got? Ancestor, pet stuff. Don't need it, I'm going to buy it. Fortress, don't need it, I'm going to buy it. Squall and Death Chill. Okay. I'll give it one more reset. Actually, let's not go back to my personal rift. We'll just go over here to Lone Watch. count to 10-ish, and then we'll go back. That seems like it should be 10-ish. Alright, what do we got? We have Terra, we have Ancestor, and we have the Blade Dancer's Talisman. Okay. I'm going to give up at this point. No, I'm not. I'm actually going to pause the recording, and I'm going to reset this until I get it, because I do want it. So I'll be back here when I have the blueprint. See you in a sec. Righto, so I've been buying the crystal every time, so this is after 5 resets. 6 resets. Here's Ancestor again, and here is Juggernaut. I'm going to buy this. I'm going to hopefully make this, and we'll just kind of see how good it is. Okay, so Kalon, that really is your name. What do we need to go and get our hands on for Juggernaut? We need Rampage, which, I mean, that's easy. We need a Reinforced Shell, which should be doable. There we go. And the last thing I needed was Oleron's Blood, which is, I mean, apparently also easy. So, Juggernaut, let's go. Also, as long as we're here, Blademaster's Talisman. Alright, so I'm a few brain matter short. I'm an Aether Soul short. That's kind of fine. Juggernaut here. The Unstoppable proc there is just really, really crazy. So every 3 seconds, you can get a 6% plus 600 heal. So that's going to be basically about a 12% heal altogether. So 6% is going to be around about 600 plus another 600. So it's about a 1.2k heal every 3 seconds. Plus you get the regen, which, I mean, this is not a regen build, but we've got some okay regen on this. So, yeah, we can definitely make something work with that. +1 to Soldier is also pretty good. We're going to get some damage reduction addition on Warcry. We get extra proc chance here. We get extra all damage here. More damage on this. I could definitely rip 2 more points out of this to keep my 4 target maximum. I think I'll just leave it for now. Let's go kill ourselves a sun god. Okay, my potion is halfway done, so we're still good to go. Let's just go kill him. Now, I am pretty confident that I am just going to walk in and kill him. But, I mean, all the usual caveats for bosses, don't stand in goop, etc. Here we go. So he's kind of hanging around, and he'll spawn here in a second. You'll know when, because yep, there they go. The pets will go in. Alright, when he becomes attackable, let's go. Now his health bar should go down pretty quickly. And like I said, I don't really care so much to stand in things. Now obviously, I'm losing 150 defensive ability here. I'm getting some burning stuff. Definitely don't want to stand in that. This is now a visual thing. There's nothing actually on the floor here. So we can just kill him. So he should be bringing some friends here soon. He's going to have a little crystal. At least, assuming I don't push him too fast. There's the crystal. We can kill that. And I think we pushed him before his friends showed up. So, yep, last phase right here. Let's go. Come on, ugly. Alright, and we can just, I mean, quite literally blow him up. You see that this green fist here? This is the Juggernaut proc. It's been up constantly. I've been getting healed from it pretty much constantly. It's just really crazy how good it actually is in a leveling situation. Okay, you can't be undone, except I'm about to undo you. There he goes. Alright. Yeah, that's great. Give me the loot. So there he is. the biggest, baddest, scariest campaign boss. And we pretty much just stood in front of him and blew him up. So build is good, and it's onwards and upwards to ultimate for us. So there would be another one here in ultimate, but we don't get that, unfortunately. Alright, let's go actually back to town. We've got some quests to turn in, and I've got a little bit of time, so we'll poke our heads into ultimate and just see what happens with our resistances. Spoiler alert, it's not going to be good. However, we can talk to Seer Lorna about the messenger, and we have to go to the conclave of the three now and talk to the emissary, I think it is. Is it the emissary? Yeah, it is. Korvaak's no more. Yep, good chat. We got ourselves a blue pistol, vitality pistol, which really, really good item. Shame I don't know where it went. So there we go. We can eat that blueprint, or law note rather. And that's us done. Normal is done. We could go do the Temple of the Three. And I might do that at the start of the next episode. This guy here, he's just going to give me a blue ring this time. And, okay, so this is the quest to actually unlock the Tomb of the Heretic, which I'm not doing, so I'm going to leave that. But, yeah, that's it for normal. Let's jump on over to Ultimate here. You could go and do Elite if you want to. I'm going to skip it. Elite kind of doesn't need to exist anymore. But this is what's happened to my resistances in Ultimate. Generally speaking, before I go to Ultimate, I do a bit of a lap around normal. I'll do that at the start of the next episode, I think. Or I'll forget about it and we'll just do Ultimate. It's fine as well. But yeah, resistance is not looking so hot. Definitely need some more elemental. Definitely need some more poison. Piercing is going to be a huge issue in Act 2, so maybe I have to use these gloves for the piercing instead. Then bleeding would be uncapped. But we'll start getting, or we'll not start getting, we'll keep getting better gear. We'll fix our resistances. It'll be fine. I should turn that in, actually. Let's just go back to Veteran here for a second. I'll turn this in. And then, yeah, that's actually going to be it for this episode. So I'll turn this in off screen. The reward is just XP, I believe. And yeah, end of the episode here. So thank you all very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one in Ultimate Difficulty. And goodbye for now.